Hi, welcome back to the Dylan Rounds case. Welcome if you're currently here, appreciate it. Today, going to be analysing the latest findings from Lance Kelly in which he came across an abandoned backhoe. Kind of mysterious. The questions surrounding it is, where is it? Is it in Lucin, Utah, or is it in Montello, Nevada? And who does it belong to? Did it have any link? Was it involved in the disappearance of Dylan Rounds, more so the desecration of Dylan's body? Not quite sure. But throughout this video, we can share our thoughts, opinions in the chat on the right hand side in the box, and maybe we can come to a conclusion by the end of it. If you have knowledge, you have information regarding it, feel free to input in the live chat, and if not there, the comment section down below. Same with if you have questions, list it down below. Because the more discussions that take place here, such as in the comment section, the more comments, and I guess arguably the more people that like the video. I know for some reason it seems to help spread more awareness of this particular video. So if there's a need for importance of trying to get answers out of this recent finding, then you know the steps to follow. Now, if you're more interested in the previous video I did, I will provide a link down below in the pinned comment section so you can check it out later. But for now, we need to focus on this backhoe, compare and contrast with the photos recent to the other backhoe at the Grainshed property. The backhoe at the Grainshed property belongs to Kurt Wadsworth, but Ellenberg at some point did say Kurt has two backhoes. And then there's been talks, roughly speaking, by Lance Kelly here and there about a second backhoe which had blood on the bucket area, which is possibly tied within the Dylan Rounds case, but we don't know who it belongs to, or he can't share as much information because it's top secret stuff, and it's like, really? What's going on here? And ever since, what I've been trying to do is make sense of that second backhoe. Where is it? And because of just coming across this backhoe, it's a bit of a coincidence, right? Because I've only ever really seen one true backhoe, and that's Kurt's, to do with the Dylan Rounds case. And yet this one has been shown, recorded, documented by Lance Kelly. We take a look at it, see if there's anything suspicious about it, anything that stands out, any similarities, differences, and you can let me know what you think as well if you notice anything out of the ordinary, and we go from there, okay? We don't need to look at the comments from the last video because there weren't that many comments, not at all, nor any questions, so there's no need to look at that. But just to introduce this video a little further, whilst allowing people to join on into this live premiere, yes, later on in this video, when we do branch away from the Dylan Rounds discussion, I will be exposing Dale, D-A-L-E. I will be exposing him and some other things in between too, so make sure to stick around for that. But as of right now, Dylan Rounds, yes, things are going quieter by the day, but still trying to keep it alive on YouTube. Lance Kelly's still doing his videos, which in a way is good. I know not everyone agrees, and yeah. As for last night's video, not to go too in depth with it, because you can check the video out yourself. Basically what I did was read and analyse the Rolling Stone article to do with Jim Terry and his involvement in the Alex Easterling case, and also Dylan Rounds case, which I analysed more in that area. And yeah, if you're interested in that, feel free to watch it. As for the chat, the people that were present, there's a fair few people watching, so that's good. Not really any problems, not really any issues, tension, not really any arguments breaking out. And there was opposition of different people. You had the odd few pancake viewers, you had more so Jim Terry viewers, ex-viewers of this and that channel, and yet they were all in the same room at once, and there wasn't really much bitching or moaning. So once again on my channel, proof that it's not always chaotic when you've got all these different characters that come on in who could have friction with one another. It was fairly under control. And as well, I'd say majority of humans understood the video, what I did yesterday, and the style and coverage of it. wasn't any bitching or moaning there as I'm speaking of right now. So yeah, that turned out okay. I heard Guidance say something about Ty Corbin moving on to covering Aidan Clune case. Not heard of that before. I've been on Ty's channel, went on it this morning, didn't really see anything to do with Aidan. I mean, did he mention it in his video? Was it mentioned when Ty was in a different chat? Let me know, Guidance. But yeah, interesting. Considering that Ty Corbin has been quite locked on with Dylan, talking about it, appearing on different panels, shows, live streams, calling in, why suddenly now do you want to branch away? Is it just simply because of a change of scenery? You feel like there's not enough progress being made with Dylan, or it's reaching a dead end, so it's best to move on to something else to try and make more progress with a different person? Or just to spread more awareness of another case which has gone quiet or has been quiet for some time, like Aidan Clune? Let me know your thoughts. But, you know, it is what it is, right? Where do I stand with the Dylan Rounds case? Still got some videos to do. Still got some Kenny Veach videos to do. Kind of got a certain pattern of, I guess, uploading them without it being too disruptive. As for the levels of accuracy or being able to recall things, I would say that's all there. It's actually pretty good, okay? So I think that little introduction, put that aside. Let's focus on about the whole title of this video. First, the Backhoe. In Lance's video, didn't really see anything mentioned about the exact location of this backhoe, Lucin or Montello. Kind of problematic. If I had to guess, I would probably say it looks to be somewhere in Montello, Nevada. Could be near-ish Tacoma Road. Could be wrong. I'm just talking like from how it looked visually, and I saw some of the mounds and mountains in the background. So somewhere within Montello. Does that rule out the possibility of it being tied with the Dylan Rounds case? I mean, you know, at the end of the day, Kurt Wadsworth's in Montello, but he's still associated and talked about to do with the Dylan Rounds case. So why can't the equipment, right? Is it confirmed that it belongs to Kurt? No. But it's a suggestion, hence why there's a question mark in the title of the video before people start complaining, okay? Hopefully we can reach an answer by the end of this. Someone like Weezer, maybe Ellen or another Montello local might be able to answer it. Maybe they know how long it's been there for. If it's more fresh, then maybe it doesn't apply. If it's been there for quite some time, then maybe there's a bit more behind it. But I think really to fully understand what I'm even talking about, we need to look at the photos right now. Got a selection of them. Didn't want to use footage just because of copyright and all that messy stuff. Photos are more than enough. Let's take a look at this backhoe, the abandoned one found by Lance, and see what conditions it's in. Here is the first photo of this new discovery of the backhoe, just left abandoned there. Let me know your thoughts on it, the conditions it's in. Does it look very dirty? Does it look fresh? What about the ground itself? You might wonder, so what about the ground? Well, does it look like the ground has been disturbed recently? Disturbed just at any point, maybe underneath the backhoe? Because there have been talks here and there, not just with trailers, but backhoes, vehicles, trucks. Is a possibility that Dylan is buried in the ground and there is a truck, some kind of vehicle covering that area to make it seem like it's like literally right in front of you, but you might just not think that that's where Dylan's at. That type of theory idea. Has it been proven yet? Not at all. Has it led to evidence being found to highlight the possibility, like a lead? No, that hasn't even happened. So not exactly promising. But you look at the area, the landscape. I mean, is there anything that stands out to me? Because when we're like looking at JLR's video and we looked at the mountains in the background, what was it? You know, which direction are we in? I personally don't know. If anyone does know, feel free to list it. You can see in the distance, though, the mountains do have snow on them still. And Ty Corbin did a video recently somewhere in Nevada, which had snow as well. So one of the viewers on my channel called Pam said she was in Lucin recently and saw the snow in the mountains in the distance. But as for on ground level, there wasn't any snow. So that's a positive, if it came to searching in the area, you're not, like hold back by stuff. The ground itself in some areas does look a bit damp. The darker patches where it looks wet, the ground's a bit moist, maybe a bit saturated, it's absorbed water. Now, maybe possibility that in the past, previous, when you had winter, you had the snow, you had the ice, and with time it melting, leaving the ground a bit wet behind, possibly. Lack of sun in some areas. Let me know what you think. Are the dark patches wet patches or not? When looking at here, this backhoe, I would say it does look very grubby. A lot of black marks on it, like the back of the bucket head. Also, the scoop at the front, a lot of black marks on the back. I don't know if that's dirt or stains, something else. Yeah. I don't know if it'll say it on the side, but it definitely looks to be a John Deere backhoe. You've got the levers on the back there. I guess that's to operate this hydraulics, the bucket head. Got the wheel there. You got the stabilizers at the back once again, which stick out. And I think one of the biggest standout points, and it'll show clearer in a second, is the back wheel. That one there looks deflated from the looks of it, right? Let's move here. So there you go, a little bit closer. Yeah, the wheel back one is definitely flat. Now, what caused it? Don't know. Was it done by another person? An act of revenge? Was it natural? Accidental? I don't know. Will we get to the answer of it? Let me know your thoughts down below to what you think. We can even do a poll right now. Why not? Due to the circumstance that an abandoned backhoe was found, why do you think it's left as it is? Did it just simply get a flat tire? The person had to abandon it? Was it an act of revenge? Do you think it was... I don't know what the other option could be. I'll just literally put other option in case you've got your own imagination. Right, it's a bit of a vague poll, but it is one. Better than nothing, right? The ground itself, though, up close, does look fairly dry. You can still see the cracks in the ground, like a drought almost. But look how dirty that is. It's very dark. Now, is it to do with like oil stains? Is it just dirt, soil? Let me know. The wheels themselves look fairly clean, like the tracks on them. You don't really see much dirt on it. The side there, it's very black and dark, dirty there as well. So could you suggest that it has been used? Probably. But when? Recently or in the past? I don't know. It's like it must have been used at a time when the ground was dry-ish, not so much to leave marks on the tyres because the tyres are quite clean, unless due to rain or snow with time, cleansed some of the dirt off, because depending the volume of snow in some areas where it might have covered cars, vehicles, or just a portion of a car. Same with here, it might have covered just the wheels up. The coldness as well in the past might have locked up the wheels and messed up the engine, right? Seen it with the heavy D recovery missions in Utah when it's been snowing quite bad. But yeah, those stabilizers just underneath looks very dark and patchy, unless that's oil leaking out with time. The wheels themselves, now that one looks to be deflated, of course. Is it stuck in the ground? I'm not quite sure. Like, has it sunken, that back wheel, or not? Kind of like when Ty Corbin was at that pivot north of the grain shed property in Lucin, Utah, when he said one of the pivot wheels has sunken in the ground and it's now stuck. Is that the same here? Let me know your thoughts. As well as I said, underneath the backhoe, do you notice anything out of the ordinary? Does anything stand out to make you think, oh, this is where a burial has taken place? Or it just looks like there is soil disturbance? Let me know your thoughts, okay? It does appear darker underneath. Now, if we had to make some kind of comparison, kind of like with the activity and discussion of Dylan's pickup truck at Dylan's farm at the time when Tyler Feller was going over those images of the truck, looking around it, trying to see if it's been pressure washed or not, looking underneath it, and Black Dove leaving his comments at the time saying, as you can see, it appears damp and dark underneath, and near to the edge of the pickup on the ground you can see bits of dirt which looks like it's washed off from the truck and collected on the ground in clumps and lumps, and that gives it away that it has been cleaned and water has run off the surface along with the dirt and collected on the ground. Yeah, I can understand that. Does that apply here? Well, don't think so. I mean, possibility that, as I said, with the snow, the ice over time, it melting, causing a little bit of flooding, a bit of slush, the dirt and all that. And with this backhoe covering part of the ground because it's on top of it, it will probably keep it a bit wet in a way because it's not really allowing the sunlight to reach that part of the ground to evaporate the wetness, I guess. I'm not an expert, but hopefully you can follow along with what I'm saying. Let's move on to the next slide. Ooh, there we go. Up close with the wheel. But more so you can see a little bit more underneath. That does appear very damp. It's much darker there, that patch. It kind of looks a little bit smoother as well. Not as dry or crusty or crumbly. Kind of a smoothness to it. What does that indicate? That something's been buried there and then flattened? I don't know. Or maybe just a wet patch which hasn't had time to dry. You know, we're going to go back and forth with these for and against arguments to tie in with the overall theory which some people have come up with time. There you go. There's a side-on one with the wheel. Fair-sized wheel, yeah. Well, tyre. Yeah, it has deflated. What caused it, though? You know, accidental, done on purpose. Is it similar to Kurt Wadsworth's backhoe? You get what I'm saying? The back wheel. Bit of a coincidence there. As for the stabiliser at the back, that does look very dirty, slushy, muddy, and wet. That definitely is wet, unless it's dried upon it, that dirt. Just looks kind of shiny. So that implies that it's more fresh. And what was it used for? You know, what was the purpose? And why is it out there in the middle of the desert? Kind of random. I mean, at least Kurt's backhoe was at Dylan's farm at one point, then at the grain shed property. And that's because it was used for certain jobs and tasks at the time. This, it's just out in the open. Was it supposed to be going somewhere or coming back from a place? Or was it doing work literally in the area? I'm not quite sure. You can see the divide where it goes from white ground, dry, to darker, brown, blackish wetness, more so underneath. What do we have there, though? What is that, like, whitish mark? It kind of looks a bit like a bullet hole. Anyone know? Is that a bullet hole? Did someone shoot a tyre out? Let me know your thoughts. Just give it a few seconds for you to be able to look at the image, everyone. Look at the image. Do you see that in the middle of the screen? Is that a bullet hole? Yes or no? If it was a bullet hole, it's got the wrong part of the tyre to try and deflate the overall wheel. Yeah. Let's move on to the next slide. So this is looking at that part, the bucket, okay? That's what we're looking at. I just wanted to have a look inside, if it gave anything away, and it was quite clean on the inside of the bucket. It was filled with a bit of water, but you know, that's because of the angle of the bucket head as well. If it has rained or if it's snow melting, it's collected in there. Makes sense, right? As for the ground underneath the bucket, though, it does appear darker. Not as dark, but dark enough. You can see the divide there. Far left, it's white, and then more to the right, underneath the head, it's darker. Could that be because the bucket head overflowed at one point, there's too much water within it and it spilled out on the ground? Yeah, possibly. As said, it does look very dirty, that back stabilizer. Yeah, definitely. Cav looks fresh there. The main focus is the bucket head, because what's been mentioned in the past, and also mainly by Lance Kelly, which I think originated from Candice Howard, correct me if I'm wrong, that's what some people have said, is to do with a bucket head from a backhoe, whichever one it is, had blood on it. Is this the one? Doesn't look to be, doesn't look like there's any blood on it. But if you notice any substance, any stains upon it, let me know. It does look rusty, but that's to be expected due to material and wear and tear with time and weathering. Doesn't appear to have really any dirt, soil, mud on it, right? Not on the inside, not really on the side of the bucket head, and not on those prongs or claws, whatever you call it, just rust. I don't really see any clumps of dirt or anything like that. So that would imply that the bucket head has simply not been used, right? Or at least not been used in recent time. Now, does that debunk it 100%? Not really, because, as time goes on, we need to remember the actual disappearance, death, desecration of Dylan Rounds occurred back in 2022, 28th of May. So it's been over 9+ months since it's happened, right? So there are vehicles out there or items, piece of evidence that might have changed with time themselves visually. Could be weathering, rain, snow, heat. It might remove some stuff, wear things away, like that. Same can apply here. But it's in decent condition from the looks of it. Move on to the next slide. This is just basically on the other side. That tyre appears to be okay, but what I will say is the actual tread, the track of it does appear kind of worn. On the side of it, it's very smooth, which I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be or not. The actual tread of it, you see how it's like worn away? It's like eroded, broken down. Not exactly good, right? Definitely needs a tyre change. Both on the one that's deflated and this one. The tread is wearing away, or at least has already worn away from the looks of it, right? That one back there still seems to be in okay condition, the smaller wheel. But these back wheels, As for the side here, seems to be a layer of dirt down below there, where it's quite black. You see the ground underneath. Once again, appears to be somewhat wet in some areas, but maybe it's leakage from this backhoe with it sitting there for some time. It may have broken down as well at the time, the engine. It could have led to a leak somewhere. That might be why it's abandoned. What slide do we have next? There we go. So just slightly a bit forwards. As you can see, this front wheel, pretty good condition, that tyre. That track looks pretty good. It doesn't look worn. It doesn't look like it's eroded. Yet the back wheel has. The colour of the wheel itself, quite black, right? You don't see clumps of mud within the grooves. It's quite clean. So has it really been used that much? That's my question. Anything else? There's a little wet patch there. Is that where oil has leaked from the backhoe? Or drip, drainage, like water trickling through, possibly? So let me know your thoughts. When you look at that on screen, do you think there's a possibility that Dylan could be buried here? Let me know your thoughts. We don't need to do a poll for that because I think it's a bit unnecessary. Me personally, I don't think Dylan is buried here. I just find it interesting that a backhoe has been found. Throughout all the months of people going out there searching, trying to look for Dylan, I've not really seen any of the videos where they've just come across a backhoe like that. Unless the other people searching may have come across a backhoe and thought, what's the point? Do we really need to record it? No. Let's get on with the real stuff. You never know. But still, end of the day, it's good that Lance has documented it. Just give a different perspective of other items out there, right? There's the front of the backhoe, and the little scoop, the shovel area, whatever you call it. Still wet down there. Definitely moist. And then within this, once again, fairly clean. The rim is clean. The sides are clean. The inside's fairly clean. It's collected water. When looking at that, it looks like maybe a thin layer of ice, possibly. May have melted within. Any other stuff is a slight bit of vegetation there, which is collected within, and a bit more there. But I don't know if that's sheet or mud. One or the other. It's wet, though. But then again, if water was in it, it's soaked it up anyway. Now, you could suggest that it has been used for some reason. Maybe not so much the bucket, but the front scoop has been used to shovel stuff across, maybe. I mean, is there even a possibility that this backhoe, the front part of it, was used to shovel snow across? Maybe to help create a road, to get some of the excess snow away, to open things up so that people could get through during the time of the winter, during the time of the snowfall. Is that a possibility? And it's just been left out there since because it did break down, it did have some faults, the wheel went too, and what more can you do about it? Maybe. Maybe it is to do with shoveling snow. Let's do another poll right now, okay? What do you think this backhoe was used for? Do you think it was used in the desecration, disposing, concealing of Dillon rounds? Do you think it may have been used just to simply plough, shovel snow out the way for Montello locals, let's say? Or another reason, list down below. Like maybe maintenance work, something to do with farmers, ranchers in the area. Yeah. Okay. Oh, get off. What do we have next? So, what we're now looking at is a different backhoe. This backhoe is in Lucin, Utah, at the grain shed property. It was originally at Dillon's farm, but it was moved down to the grain shed property because at the time, the property owner, not the new one, but the one before that, ordered for it to be brought down. And Kurt Wadsworth had to do so because it's his. This is Kurt Wadsworth's backhoe. And it's been there for some time and it's still there now. Why has it not been taken away? I don't know. Why hasn't Kurt taken it? Like, okay, tyre change maybe. Or is it the engine as well? I think it might be the engine. Is there too much work that needs to be done? It's not worth the time. Cut your losses now. Will it ever be moved? I don't know, because you got a new grain shed property owner now. They've not ordered for it to be taken away, so maybe it's just left there to, just turn to pure scrap, maybe. But as you see, it says John Deere on the side. Now, although it's not quite in frame, down there you can see the scoop, the front of this backhoe. There is dirt on the side of it. There's dirt on the rim, and even on the inside there's rubbish and debris collected within it. You look at the back of it, the bucket, covered in mud, which has dried over time on the sides, on the prongs, and even on the inside of it. The wheels themselves, more so the front ones, you can see there is dirt on the side that's collected. So it's definitely been used for activity. It's been used for digging up ground, maybe to do with the pond area of Dillon's at the time, right? It's definitely been used. The dirt shows it. Underneath, it's hard to see. It's kind of dry, not wet at all, but that's just at the time of the season, the weather back then in 2022. Okay, things have changed since with the winter as well in the last few months. So yeah, this one's definitely dirty. But that one is kind of dirty too, but not as recent, I would say. Well, actually, if one's wet dirt, if one's dry dirt, the dry dirt could be, arguably older, right? It's had time to set, time to dry. The wet stuff is more fresh. But then again, it doesn't always apply that way. If you could have an item, an object, which has collected dirt for many years, but because the environment tends to be fairly cold, damp and wet regularly, it never has time to dry. So it always appears fresh when it's not really. Does that make sense? What do we have on the next slide? It's just the back of it, of the backhoe at the Grangeshed property. You do have those dirt mounds back there, not the mound there, that's further back. You can see the bucket head there. The prongs seem a little bit longer, these. You can see a track mark on the ground from this backhoe which drove along and then parts up here. It does have its stabilizers out, kind of like the other. And of course the back wheel is completely flat. Not sunken, just flat. What caused it? That still seems to be in question. Some people say it was done by Justin when he was pissed off. Other people have said it was the police. And then some are saying it's just natural, like accidental. You've been driving along and then you run over something you're not supposed to. Kind of like that. Do we have a side-by-side comparison? We do. It's not the best because of the aspect ratio, but to be able to fit it all in, you should understand. You can clearly see two different backhoes. If you used to say about the scenery, well, maybe one's taken from one angle and then the other one's taken from a different angle, but it's the same thing. The backhoe itself is clearly different. This backhoe up here, the recent one by Lance Kelly, the actual structure of the cabin area where you would sit in, like the poles to it, the structure of it, the cab is all yellow and metallic and kind of longish, whereas Kurt's backhoe, arguably higher quality with lights attached at the back and at the front, a yellow hard top and black bars going around the cab. This one is all yellow and looks like a poorer version. As for, do you call it the exhaust? It's longer, it's thinner, whereas this one, it's shorter but kind of chunkier, right? Are they both John Deere? I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. Though, the two things do have in similarity, aside from the colour. They both have the stabilisers stuck out, and as well, both have a flat tyre, and only one, and it's both in the back. Is that a bit of a coincidence? A flat tyre, each of them share, in the back wheel. I mean, it can happen with any vehicle, but why was it not the front one? Or why was it not both wheels that became deflated? It's just very coincidental in a way. I mean, if we knew about who it belonged to and where it came from or where it was going, then maybe, and when it happened, it might strengthen the idea or just completely debunk it. But I just wanted to share it with you. Do we have any more photos? No, we don't. But, let me know your thoughts in the chat right now about this. All I want to do quickly now is just check the comments out of Lance's video to see if there's any further explanations there. These responded back. Might be a better understanding. So continue to discuss about this and let me know your thoughts. So Sandra McKnight says, just a suggestion, can you take a small shovel with you and flip some of the wash debris? Are the rules on digging with a shovel? You do the best that you can. So proud of you for not giving up. Prayers, my friend. Oh, so it's to do with the wash, a wash. Right. I think Ty Corbin was digging in a wash at some points, some people said. Got Carrie saying, how far is this area from Dylan's place? Good question. I don't know personally. Christine says, looks just like Kurt Wadsworth's tractor that was on Salted Shorp. What's Salted Shorp? When they took a field trip to Dylan's farm and Salty was filming in the grain shed and Kurt was accessing his backhoe to see what he had to do to get back home. Obviously, they aired up some flat tire and dug up Dylan's body and moved him farther out because they're dirtbags and think they should be free to walk the earth. I say give all involved in his murder what they gave a firing squad full of clips. So it seems like Christine is saying Kurt Wadsworth's responsible for helping cover up Dylan's body with the backhoe, and Salty Pancakes was present there at the same time. That's how it seems to be worded here. But it looks as if Christine has got it misunderstood. She thinks that the backhoe in Lance's video recent is literally Kurt Wadsworth's, the one that's from the grain shed property, which we've seen in the past when Pancakes went down there with Kurt, when Gloria and Dylan went down there, etc. But the reality is there are two different separate backhoes, as I clearly showed to you just beforehand with that side-by-side comparison. Now, if anyone is joining right now all of a sudden, welcome. Be sure to rewind back to the start of this video to fully understand what I'm talking about so you don't get confused, okay? What else do we have? Rennie says, oh, Rennie Easterling. Is Rennie Easterling a family member of Alex Easterling, the missing person? Anyone know? A little bit of a coincidence there. Rennie says, if I were the owner of that backhoe, I definitely wouldn't have left the front or back buckets left so water would have stand in it to rust. Why did they leave the arms out like that? It wouldn't have fell over. It looks sketchy sitting there like that for sure. Yeah, does anyone know why the back arms, the stabilizers, stick out? Doesn't it only come out when you're actually digging in a certain spot? You know, like, anyone know? And, you know, once you're finished, and let's say you're just parking the vehicle up, do you keep the stabilizers out? Are the stabilizers deployed when stationary, if you're leaving it there so the tyres don't deflate as quick to take the pressure off the back tyres? Anyone know? Obviously, I'm not an expert on this, so if you can answer it, feel free to do so. We got Turrid. Helen Kvik says, yeps, waiting one mouth for answer from bones you found. Looking forward to that. Oh, waiting 1 month for answers. Yeah, the bones Lance found. Problem is, Turrid, there's many bones Lance has found. Which one is which? Which one are we referring to? Is it the one I did an analysis on? Or is it a more recent one? Do we know? Lance has still not provided an update from my knowledge about the bra shed when he called the police in about it. What happened there? Does anyone know? Anyone got an answer? Sandy says, being out of loop, spent several... Okay. He could be with the backhoe. Whatever. Turrid, I was thinking, could this graves have been used again? Only wondering. Yeah, I think later on in Lance's video, he walked past some graves in Montello. Though the graves looked like they were settled, the ground wasn't disturbed in that sense. June says, I know you said you don't know whose backhoe it was, but did you take pictures of any type of numbers on it to verify it somehow? You need to identify it. Might be all of a sudden he's gone next time you go out there. Also, where is this area compared to where brother was filmed cleaning his gun? Where brother was... You mean Brenner was filmed cleaning his gun? Slight dodgy spelling there. Yeah, I mean, do you think there's a possibility in the chat? Let me know your thoughts right now. Do you feel there's a possibility after Lance documenting the backhoe and making it public as a video online, could it end up disappearing at a later point? That someone sees it online and thinks, oh shit, I better go down there to move it on, to hide it, remove it, whatever. Whether it be the person responsible or an opportunistic individual that, you know, thinks, oh, maybe I can profit off it. Anyone know? I mean, although some of the stuff found may not be to do with Dylan or that vital important, it does make you think that, okay, it's good documenting it, but making it public, is that always a good idea? Like, if Lance Kelly does genuinely come across something very suspicious, and it 100% is he going to record it and upload it public? Or is he going to hold off, refrain from doing that? I don't know. Turret, good morning. Okay. June, I wonder how long it will take Candice to run to Doug. Lance planted a backhoe. Let's go live. Yeah, I can imagine that could come up into conversation at some point, right? Because then Lance into construction, or was some kind of something to do with construction in the past, engineering or something. So they probably tied that Lance's past with this vehicle operating it. You never know. But you've got to remember Kurt Wadsworth, Wadsworth's construction company as well, operating this equipment. Kurt's already got a backhoe. Ellenberg saying he had a second. Was this the second backhoe? If it's in Montello, well, Kurt lives in Montello, so maybe he was using it at some point. Anyway, Patty, thank you both for everything. Any responses? Nope. Bobby says awesome footage. Hopefully someday Dylan will be found. What's this? Where is the grain he put in the grain shed? And I think there was a huge pile of dirt close to where his camper was. Why couldn't someone use that expensive equipment out there to dig around in it? Cautiously though. Wasn't his boot found near that big pile of dirt? Yeah, in the grain shed, 100 yards. And did he have a septic system? Well, Dylan had a tank at his farm, which was originally from the grain shed property in the past. Around here, we will love it. If you're camping, you've no sewer or water cup, you dig a hole and put a 55-gallon drum in it. Right, okay. Wait, what's this? How about the lime Lance found? Lime? Lemon and lime? Limestone? I don't know. David, I got a good feeling, Lance, you are going to find something big in the near future. Just saying. Well, if Lance does find something big in the future, is he going to document it publicly before he shares it with the police or Candice Cooley? That's what I said. Like, back in the past, like predictions and stuff, more so with the reward money at the time, though, as we've heard recently, the reward money has been withdrawn since. But still, if Lance Kelly was the one to find Dylan Round's remains, how do other people react? How does Candice Cooley react? Will she be just happy that Dylan's been found? Forgive Lance? Will she be angry and frustrated that it was Lance that found Dylan? Will she complain and be angry at the way it was covered? You know? I mean, in your opinion, is Lance the type of person to come across Dylan Round's remains and then record it and then upload it online? Would he do something like that or not? Or would he just simply say in a discreet community tab post, hey, I found something very important, can't share it right now, things going on in the background? How would it be announced? You know? How would it be? I see the talk about the treasure hunt, treasure trail of buried money has kind of died down and gone flat since, hasn't it? The LiDAR plane going over Candice Cooley's house or Justin's has flattened out, died down since as well. Is that because it was just rumours? Because it didn't have enough substance behind it to do with Dylan? I don't know. But it has gone quiet since. I think that's the last thing I heard about Black Dove. Black Dove debating on that LiDAR and the type of plane that was used. I wonder if we could summon Black Dove back. Let me give it a quick try now. Black Dove, wherever you are flying, are you passing by, Black Dove? Are you in the background right now, watching along quietly? Give a little nod, a little acknowledgement in any shape or form, briefly in the chat or comment section, to acknowledge that your presence is here right now. Now, maybe to some people it seems like I'm doing some kind of paranormal spirit reading, psyche stuff. No, this is just like a little announcement, that's all. We got Ricky Hansen. Shout out to Ricky. He's been on my channel. He's also been out in Lucin as well, such as up to the gate to the Grangeshed property, as well as the chop shop, showing his thoughts of his searches out there. Ricky saying it's overwhelming, lots of ground to cover. That's true. Candice definitely looks overwhelming. I wonder how many miles Lance has covered since that's all began. I don't know. Chris saying, I think Dylan's pickup was used to transport him after he was killed because they were taking his body to a place where they needed four-wheel drive and they found out the four-wheel drive didn't work and got covered in mud, maybe blood, so they washed it. Unless Dylan was wounded and got away and they used his truck to look for him. Hope they checked the back of the rear view mirror, the sun visors and the locking hubs from prints. Sample of mud from the wheel well should have been taken to match combustion. I don't think that actually took place, I don't think. Dylan wouldn't bother to clean his truck if it was raining. Good places to look for prints. Did Ellie take the truck for forensics or did Justin just take it? Do you know? Well, depending on that dodgy timeline, what we read recently, they didn't take it to the labs. It never was analysed, but then it was passed over to a different group or authority, and then I think it might have been checked, but too little too late. Susan, see that white hill ahead? Wow, first time. Okay, how long is the air popped? May not be popped. Someone may have removed the valve core and let air out on purpose. But who and why? Darn, Miss Live. Got Mo Mouse. I think they appeared on my channel. Diaz, there is that Backhoe again. So back to the beginning, someone originally suggested Dylan's body could have been transported with a backhoe to a place further away from the Grangeshed. Seeing this thing now here, could it be Dylan was buried underneath as a person here suggested? Anyone chat? Someone posted something about animals being buried, could have been put in with one of those animals. What's this talk about animals being buried? Where did this come from? Who said it? But once again, Diaz is getting confused. This person believes that the backhoe in Lance's video is the one from the Grangeshed property, which is Kurt Wadsworth's. That is false. That is incorrect. The backhoe, which was at the Grangeshed property, is still there to this day and still belongs to Kurt Wadsworth. The backhoe in this footage by Lance Kelly is a completely different backhoe. Visually, it's completely different, right? Who does it belong to? Don't know. Can only suggest. Mary, that back home looks like the one Ty was trying to move from the Grangeshed. Was he? Well, it's not the same one. Once again, Mary, two completely different backhoes. This person said back home. I guess they mean backhoe. Must just be a spelling thing. But about Ty trying to move the one that's at the Grangeshed property. Why was Ty Corbin at some point trying to move that backhoe? What was the point? Did he need to use it? Was he trying to reveal something? Anyone know? Did this actually happen at some point, Ty Corbin? Jerry, why else would a piece of equipment like that be in the middle of the desert? Don't make any sense. As they say, since. Well, I mean, you look at Chase Venstra's homestead. Why leave lots of lawnmowers out there in the open and all other kinds of scrap and junk? It's just what they do there. It is what it is. Kind of odd to outsiders, but I guess that's just like their thing. Kind of like with all the burying of items out there. Why? What's the point? They've got the reasons, I guess. What's this one? Disgruntled, disabled combat vet. 2 more hours, can't wait. Right. I could see that boy being buried on or under another corpse, just hide the burial. I hope he has a real good look at the earth and the grave. Right. Little question, if anyone can fill it in. Does Brenner have or is there any accounts of Brenner doing grave digging, grave robbing in the past? Whether it be Montello Cemetery, the cemetery in Lucin, or another one elsewhere. Has Brenner ever been known to go to a graveyard, dig up a grave and steal items? Has that ever happened? Has Chase Venstra ever done something like that? If they have, then it could suggest the idea that they know how to uncover bodies but also recover them. And when it comes to disturbing, desecrating a burial site, could time with getting rid of Dylan at the same time. Or maybe disturbing an already burial and putting someone else in. That has happened, though it is still risky. Because if a body needs to be exhumed and you've already got someone else in there, yeah, you're going to get caught out. Diana Bond. Diana has been on my channel, shout out to her. What if Dylan is buried under that backhoe and they moved the equipment on top after they put him in the ground? I mean, the ground itself looked wet, damp compared to the outer area around. Is there a link there? I don't really know. It might just be the weather and the snow melting with time. The ground itself looked fairly smooth, flat as what looks to be around. Did it look further disturbed? Not really. I mean, quick question. Do you know when you got a drone flying over an area, full spectral, penetrating radar one, checks for soil disturbance, takes photos, and it analyses it with the software elsewhere and checks what's been disturbed and what hasn't? Is it still effective for a drone to hover over where a trailer, where some kind of vehicle, small vehicle, backhoe is placed? Is it completely obscured the ground? If you've got an area, a patch which has been disturbed, but there is some kind of vehicle over it, parked over, and a drone took a photo directly over it or near to, would it still detect the soil disturbance, or would it be completely blocked out of view? Anyone know? And finally, Chris says, actually burying him in an existing grave could be the safest way to get rid of a body and in plain sight. Smart thinking, good point. I wondered if maybe under one of the trailers, but they said they checked it out. If Ellie checked it out, I don't believe it. So, still many questions, right? Still, to this day, many theories coming out. Okay, the bit about Brenner has toned down because he's been charged officially. The main theories now are, where is Dylan? How is he disposed of? I would say the background theories of anyone else involved kind of has been toned down a little bit since. There's still some out there that do believe and think that others played a role in some way or another. All in all, one thing what I would say, when it comes to Lance Kelly doing his videos, what would be helpful if at the start or maybe at the end he said, hey, I'm in Montello today, or I'm just passing into Lucin and this is what I've found, or even just providing the coordinates if possible. It just provides a better understanding, because with being in a desert, to an extent, everything looks the same, right? The ground, the terrain, the distance, the mountains. There might be some prominent mountains and peaks which you're aware of, which you can relate to, and then you know what side you're on, which direction. But for other people, more so people who aren't from the area, even from the country, how are they going to know? So by adding just a little reference point at the start, a date, a time, and location, roughly, a rough location, that would be good. When Scott Natal did his hikes in the past, he would give the name of the hike trail, or the location, the area, time, date, and it was very helpful, right? As a reference point when looking back at old videos like Kenny Veach hikes, M Cave hikes, the lot, it was good. So I think that's lacking here. Of course, if anyone knows any background information about this backhoe or who it belongs to and what it was used for, feel free to list it down below in the comment section. If you've got your own questions, you can obviously list that too, okay? So, if we put Dylan Rounds aside, if we put the case aside, it's now time to focus on Dale. Dale? Dale? I know you're there. Dale? Dale? You there? Don't start slithering away. Stay where you are, okay? Be a good boy and sit there, okay? Sit. Stay there, okay? You're going to do that for me? Good. So who is watching right now? Well, whoever is, if continuing to watch, shout out to them for being patient. Now it's time to expose Dale. Now it's time for Dale to be whipped. In which order does it follow? Oh, I know exactly what order. Isn't that right, Dale? You're going to be whipped immediately. Fire at will. Not even at will, at Tyler. All holes barred, no holes barred. The whole lot is crashing on in. Now, I think to refresh myself, do I need to do it right now? Not really. I can cleanse myself afterwards or midway through just to, like a refreshment. Even Miss T said herself that she likes to have a bit of time out at times. Miss T's timeout sessions. Even she gets a bit tired at times when it comes to certain activities. But don't worry, we're all human after all. Well, most of us. Can't be said the same for Dale. To be honest, the fantasies he's got, the amount of times Dale talks about sewage, drains, drainage, I wouldn't be surprised if Dale is secretly a teenage mutant ninja turtle. Which one? I'm not quite sure. Maybe the one with the orange headband, the one that gobbles all the pizza down. Now just imagine if you tipped Dale over on his back, his little shell on the ground with his legs stuck up, he's wobbling all over the place, he couldn't get back up. Oh, poor Dale, like a little hedgehog. And as you know, those hedgehogs do have quite a few pricks in them. Dale. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's now time. Just one more thing to highlight. Yeah. Tasha. Yeah, I know you're not even American, but Tasha really fits. Or is it better to go for some kind of UK accent? Oh my God, Tasha, I can't believe what you're trying to do. You're really trying to piss me off. I can't believe it. You really had enough of this. Tasha, do you want to be whipped? I'm not fucking around now. There's no time to be messing. Time's money. Calm down. Tasha, calm down. Calm down, girl. I can't believe what you're trying to do. You're trying to turn me into a potato. There's no time to eat potatoes. We've already gone through the potato invasion. I've already seen the potatoes at Betty Hayward's farm. That's more than enough. Right? See, this is the thing. When it comes to Tasha, she says she's got some kind of dark side.Maybe it will be revealed someday. I wonder where the key is for that. But I've noticed Tasha recently has been trying to complicate the matrix. Maybe she's trying to crack the code. Oh, Tasha, why? I can't believe what you're trying to do, Tasha. Can you please calm down? Can you please just sit there, Tasha, while I try and whip Dale? Dale's been a really naughty boy, and I'm really disappointed in his behaviour, and I think it's time we get on with it. And where the fuck is that whip at? I'm trying to do a Southern Australian at the same time. Okay. So, Dale, don't start running away. Matt, lingo, bingo baller. Restrain Dale right now. Okay? This could be some kind of Bob Larson deliverance, maybe, but we need all hands at once. Miss T, grab Dale's right shoulder. Betty Hayward, grab Dale's left shoulder. Graham, grab Dale's legs. If you want to go in between, if that's your thing, you can do that too. Inky, just stand there with the bingo balls at ready just in case things get a bit, uncontrollable. Tasha, I don't know with you. Watcher of crazy. Yes, Dale's nips may not be the most appetizing, but just hold on to them so Dale can't go anywhere. Okay, Matt, you got Dale. Guidance, Betty, you got his shoulders. Graham Knott, you got his legs. Gripping pretty firm as well. Wow. So Dale, you're not going anywhere. You understand that? You can't move. All your homeboys and homegirls are restraining you right now because it's now time for your whipping deliverance. It's now time for Warlike Ralph, Bad Boy 2000, the whip influencer, to come on in and to dust those cobwebs off you, to unblock that drain. That's exactly what's going on right now, Dale. Oh yeah, Dale. So, this is the thing. Here it is. You're very familiar with this by now. I think most people are. Oh, Dale, look at that little glimmer, a little shimmer in your eyes, lighting up like it's Christmas once again, running down that staircase to try and find Santa and think, oh my God, Daddy's returned with the milk. Oh my God, Daddy? Daddy, where have you been all this time? Oh my God, my ex has gone away. It's too hard. Oh, Dale, don't worry. I'm sure Robbie is around to give you some one-on-one counselling. I'm sure he can do that with his dog care, daycare, whatever. I'm sure he'll wrap one round you as well. That sounds a bit weird, that. Anyway, you see this, Dale? You see the buckle? Ooh, could things get very dark? To be honest, I'm just thinking maybe this buckle is reserved for Tasha, unexpectedly. And speaking of which, there seems to be a barcode at the end of this. Oh my God! Yeah, Miss T, I'm following the trend. Like what you did with your whips and feather dusters. Anyway, the thing that has been most mistaken, misunderstood, Dale, whilst this may have a fair girth and it's almost shaped in a form of a heart, which is a bit weird, this is not being used on you. You thought you were going to get this. Oh, no, 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 no. Betty Hayward, don't worry, don't worry. No, this isn't being used on you. You don't have to get scared. Stay where you are. Now, what's actually going to be used is something a lot longer and darker. And it has been avoided for quite some time. Exactly. With time, people have avoided this whip. Everyone been going for the standard whip or the high resistance one or the floppy flapper pink one. But ain't nobody recently has tried the XL. Wonder what that could be. What is it really? Well, I've heard recently Snooks, S-N-O-O-K-S. Is that the person's name? Snook said last night, oh my God, by God, it's great to wake up in the morning to some BBC. Oh, you like British Broadcasting Centre news? Oh, get the remote control right now, turn it on, and let's look at the BBC News. I wonder what's telling today. Oh, well, I got some bad news. The BBC predicts that Dale is getting his ass kicked. Yeah. But don't worry, Dale isn't getting BBC yet. He is getting the BBW. Oh, God. I know, Miss T. How could Dale handle BBW? It would suffocate him. It would crush him like a melon. Oh, God. He's got no chance of survival. I bet the ex is laughing in the background. I bet Dale's whole family and extended family from Alabama has all come along to watch this. But this is the thing, once again. You are deeply mistaken. And that applies to many people in the chat right now. You think I've got a BBW ready for Dale. Oh, I think you're misinterpreting it. Because what I actually have is my big black belt. Big black whip, more so. Okay? That's what the BBW means, and that's what it's all about. If you had any other kinds of ideas in your mind, please cleanse yourself right now in the name of Tyler, okay? We are innocent around here. This is abstract art, okay? How do you take this, Dale? Do you take it long? Do you take it short? Do you want it extra stretchy? So it stretches for miles onwards? Or do you want it folded? I guess we can go in increments. Start off slow. We double it up. Double or nothing. Yeah, double or nothing. Yeah, right. Matt Lingo. Yeah, you don't like double or nothing? You think that event sucks? Well, tough shit. It's coming up right now. Maybe we have the Casino Battle Royale coming up. Who's going to win? Don't even know. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dale. You want more? You're going to get more. Yeah. Come on, Dale. Come on, Dale. You're going to be walking like the Walking Dead anytime soon. Yeah. Come on, Dale. Take it. Take it how you should, man. That's what it's all about. More to the right. Yeah. Exactly. Come on, Betty Hayward. I know you've not got the best grip strength, but come on, Betty. Come on, Betty. Betty Boo. Hold on to Dale's shoulder right now so he doesn't move anywhere. Yeah, that's exactly it. Miss T, stop strangling Dale. I need to be able to whip him enough before he passes out. There you go. Yeah. Come on, Graham Knott. Holding him down on the field, man. Preventing a touchdown from occurring. Yeah, Graham. You came from the NFL or whatever. Yeah. Graham Knott has been drafted to the Grain Shed team. He'll be winning titles throughout the whole season, man. Come on. There we go. Oh, Dale, do I hear you whimpering? Are you panting slightly like a dog? Oh, you think you can't take any more? Well, that's a great shame because there is still more to be given. What's that, Dale? Oh, you're begging for the rest of the whippings to be spread onto Graham? Is that what you want? You're not going to get that. What you are going to get is more whipping. And if you do try to resist, you just extend the period of this whipping session. And if that does happen, it makes me question secretly, you enjoy this. Maybe you enjoy this more than other things. I guess time will tell. What I am going to do, Dale, is extend it even longer. Yeah. Oh, yeah, come on, Miss T. Yeah, just wrap this round you like a blindfold. Come on, Miss T. It's not all about you. This is Dale's time. Okay, Miss T? You want to be blindfolded? Maybe that can be done afterwards. But right now, no. Come on, Dale. Oh, yeah. Really long. Like a lasso. But it's not bringing you in. It's not drawing you. There we go. Yeah. Come on. It's beating against the skin. It's flopping all about. It cannot handle Dale's weak, whiny skin. Oh, yeah. Really whacked the face there. Sorry, Dale. Did I whack you in the face with the whip? I'm sorry. Yeah, come on. Come on, Dale. Exactly, just chaos. Now, I think it's now time for the long one. Come on, Betty Hayward. Oh my God, Betty Hayward. I think we got a problem here, dear. My God, golly gosh, it's hitting the ceiling, man. I'm gonna lasso your ass right around the corner, man. Come on, Dale. Come on, goddamn Dale. It's about time I get this lasso out. Yeehaw! Yeah, it brushed right across the face. It slapped Dale in the face like a bitch slap. Because that's what you deserve, Dale. You want to answer back? I don't think that's a good idea, do you? What I am now going to introduce is some CQB combat style whipping, up close, personal, and repetitive, and fast. I don't think you're ready for it, but I don't care. Tough shit. Watcher of crazy, I suggest you grab on for dear life. Not me, crazy. Stop grabbing onto me. Grab onto Dale so he does not fall over. Yeah, exactly. You ready? Oh, it's so small. Oh, no wonder why she's your ex now. Anyway, come on. Come on, Dale. Shout out to Dale's family. Dale's family got front row VIP pay-per-view seats to watch Dale get whipped senseless. Come on, Dale. Yeah? Yeah, you like that? Oh, Dale, I think you secretly do. Yeah, is it really triggering that Kurt Wadsworth-esque like behavior within? Did it really entice you and make you want to dress up in some kind of dress? Is that what's really happening? Oh, don't worry, Dale. I know your secret, and we will be looking at it very, very shortly. Miss T, Betty, you thought this was the exposing. We have not even come to that yet. This is just the beginning. Anyway. Oh, yeah. You like that? A little bit more? Come on, man. The thing is with this, when I strike down, the back end, the flappy part, wax underneath. So it's kind of like if you had some kind of like bent object type thing, you shove it up one end, the rest goes elsewhere. This whip is multifunctional, literally. My God, watch out, crazy. Play the fucking banjo and the spoons, man. This is Southern style. Yeehaw. Yeah. Yeah. You like that, Dale? Come on, Dale. More. Yeah, come on, Dale, more. Who said we had to bind it to make it extra long? So, yeah, come on, Dale. Yeah, come on, Dale. Come on, Dale. Walking Dead Dale. Yeah. Yeah, come on, Dale. Graham's getting really jealous right now, but it's not my problem, is it? Yeah. There we go. Oh, you wanted underarm action? You don't get everything you want in life, Dale. Learn that. Okay? Oh, so, basically... Oh, Dale, do not go anywhere. You won't be. And you shouldn't. Because we're not finished yet. No. What I need to do is just briefly recuperate myself. In the process, I need to bless myself, cleanse myself, okay? So I've got some special water here, okay? It does help regenerate, okay? Don't worry, this isn't some kind of dodgy mukbang visual liquid video. You don't need to worry about that. Now, just drinking the water is amateur. We don't just resort to that here. What is needed right now, because I'm in the presence of a drain-dwelling fantasy-style person, okay, who's probably obsessing about baguettes from France right now. Don't ask me why. I need to cleanse myself further, okay? Now, I don't know if it matches up with someone like Miss T, but there's only one way to try. Yeah, come on, Tyler. Tyler, if you're not going to make the weather outside rain, you're not going to make it piss down on me. I'll have to do it myself. Got to take one for the team and make sacrifices. Come on, Tyler. Yeah, come on, Tyler. There we go. There we go. It's now happened. Deliverance has now occurred, and my trousers are wet too. Not so great. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what is needed. We the people are wet. We the people are going to get cold and shiver all over the place. And this is the perfect setup, man, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Don't even try and hide the fact. Oh, God, it's gone all over the place. I'm dripping now. Oh, my God. My hair is quite waterproof, how the water is falling off. So there you go. Someone going to call it a fake wig again. Waterproof wig, possibly. But yeah, I'm wet, okay? Now, this is a good depiction of Miss T last night. Miss T said she got wet as well. And I think this is kind of like how it looked, okay? But I feel it's probably not quite the greatest, most accurate representation, because I'm sure Miss T was more wetter. But, you know, this is just like a prototype, okay? Now, watch your crazy. What's that? Oh, I see. Do you want to be blessed as well? You want to be blessed, watcher of crazy? You want to be tamed because all the... Oh, come on, watcher of crazy. It's not your time, but you still want some. Okay, here comes the blessing. What's that? Yeah, there you go. What's that? Oh my God, you just spilled it on me. How could you do that? Oh, I know exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to penetrate the surface, aren't you? Sorry, Dale, about wasting time, but, you know, watcher of crazy is trying to be a sabotage things. What Watcher of Crazy is trying to do is make the top wet enough so it becomes see-through. My God, Watcher of Crazy, what are you trying to do to me? You know, it didn't even work, man. It didn't even work. You didn't even hit the spot. God. Watcher of Crazy, you need to improve your accuracy ASAP because we're going to have some major issues if you don't fix it. Yeah. So... at least it's on the top. Because it's on the top area, people can't just suddenly walk into the video and say, did Warlike Raph piss himself? Well, I don't know, I managed to get up there, to be honest. But yeah, it's gonna leave marks, man. Literally, the bed's wet. Yeah, the bed is kind of wet. Perfect. Oh. Well, as said, we're not finished. No, we're not. Why is the hair not even that wet when I poured it on me? It must be water repellent. That's great. So, you want one more, Dale? Come on, Dale. Yeah, you like that? Not even surprised anymore. There we go. So we said about TLC, Matt. Got the odd thing, maybe not the complete set, but it'll do. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I interrupting you? Am I boring you? Oh, I'm sorry. Dale, where do you think you're going? Dale? Where are you going? What are you doing going over there? Dale is literally crawling on the ground right now, trying to scuttle out of this room. Dale, you will not be escaping. You will not be going anywhere. You can try, but you're not going to get that far. You understand, Dale? Oh, I can hear him whimpering on the ground. I can hear him panting heavy. He's not going to be able to escape, are you? Miss T, Betty Hayward, Inky, Watcher Crazy, Graham, he's still on the floor. You can get back up now, Graham. Don't need to spend all the time on the floor like a dog. So, you've all done well, restraining Dale. Stick around. There is more to come. Isn't that right, Dale? Isn't that right, Dale? Yeah, just what I thought. Let me go and retrieve Dale. Let me just angle this slightly so you can get a better look at how things are gonna go. Let me just get the dog lead. Oh, Dale! Dale, where are you? Come on, Dale. Come on, Dale. It's time for the walkies. Isn't that right? The walkies. Come on, Dale. Come on, Dale. Yeah, come on, Dale. You think that's it? Get them. Bend over, man. This is what happens to Dale when he misbehaves. Yeah? Yeah, Dale. See, we are not finished yet. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss T, you find this quite amusing? I don't blame you. Come on, Dale. Show me what you've got. Come on. On the back, in the name of Jesus. You see, this is the thing. It doesn't just channel back to this. It channels back to the roots. It channels back to the origins. And the origins belong deep down in the south. Deep down with the roots. Yeah. No stones left unturned. You ain't going to be in a rock and a hard place now. It's all about killing one bird with two stones. Gotta confuse the mind, man. Yeah, come on, Dale. Come on, Dale. Yeah, come on, Dale.
You can do it, man. You take it like a man. Are you one? You question my fool.
Yeah, come on, Dale. Come on, Dale. You see him. You see him. He's flaccid. He's just lifeless, floppy. He's not even trying to resist anymore. And I'll tell you something. When one stops resisting, maybe it's because they're now enjoying it. But, you know, I think in Dale's case, it was always there to begin with. So there's Dale in plain sight. Not really moving. Looks like I'll have to wake him up. Come on, Dale. Come on, Dale. You can do this. It's now time for the Holy Whip. The Holy Whip. Here we go. I strike you down once. There we go. Come on down. Come on down. Yeah. Yeah. No. We ain't going there. No. But what's that? Oh, Matt Lingo. You're going to do the walls of Jericho. You're going to do the code breaker. Feel free to do that yourself if you want to put him in a submission hold. But I think all this requires, at the end of the day, maybe just place him there. We said about TLC, right? Yeah. TLC, man. Come on, Dale. You can take this. Yeah. Yeah, you feel the steel. You feel the wood. Yeah. Come on, Dale. This is all professional. Stunt actor. Yeah. You feel the steel twisting around your body. My God, he's broken in half. My God, stone cold. Where are you at? I don't even know. There's no need for it. There you go. Yeah. And just to, you know, finish things, what's this? What's this? I think The Rock is calling. Don't you, Dale? Yep. Oh. See, it doesn't have to be this way, Dale, but you chose the hard route, and that's what you get, a hard outcome. I'm sure Tasha is lost for words. Guidance is struggling to breathe. Yeah, Inky, hiding behind that sewing machine. Betty Hayward, just hoping and pleading for that bedtime story to come sooner than later. You're terrified by this nightmare. Don't worry. It's only going to get worse. And here we are, back to the origins of Dale C. We're going to check what's going on here, Dale. What's his tag at Laura? Oh, Laura. Who is Laura? Joined 30th of May 2015, okay. Who is he subscribed to?
Lincoln Kane.
And Mr. X, okay. Guidance, we got Danielle, Illuminati. Hey, Danny. Bella V. Oh, Dale.
Dale, oh my God. I can't believe you, Dale. You subscribed to my channel, Bella V? Bella all about me, V? Oh, I know why you joined, Dale. Oh yeah, you've been joining into those secret live streams, learning about all the ways and secrets of trying to keep a relationship together, because as you know, I'm Bella V. I'm a relationship expert. I know what it takes. Yeah, I know. Don't worry, Dale. Don't worry. Just saying, if it ever goes wrong, you've always got me, Bella V. Yeah.
Oh my God. Bless you, Dale. Bless you. Good luck. Good luck. So it looks like Dale has moved on. Dale's moving in with Bella V in some ways. There's some kind of triangular formation changing into a rectangle. Maybe. Turns into a rectangle. Are you on the inside or the out? Can you escape? I don't know. But it also appears to be subscribed to Warlight Wrath. It looks like those whips came calling in time. Isn't that right, Dale? Nod your head in agreement like a good boy you are. Okay. But what about the playlist? So Dale is into Iggy Azalea, AC/DC, and Axl Rose. Okay, we're not going to click on those because it'll go directly into the videos and I do not want to be copyright. But let's look at Dale's K playlist. He's into Beethoven and Chemical Brothers, a symphony of chaos. My God. Yeah, Dale. Dale is also interested in DJ Cummerbund, Another One's Hot, as a guy is wearing no shirt with a dodgy looking moustache. Oh, Dale, you're going down that route. But also Dale has Despicable Me Too, Happy. Oh, Dale, because you're happy. Clap along. Yeah, clap along, Betty Hayward, because Dale's happy. Oh, yeah. Clearly great at singing. No. Oh, what's this? Dale. The Police versus Michael Myers. Okay. Oh, what's this? 2000 Dancers, 15-minute dance party workout. Oh, Dale. Trying to get all flexible all of a sudden. Shame it didn't work out when I tried whipping you all over the place. You were as stiff as a glass vase. Pathetic. But yeah, dance workout. Oh, Dale is going to shake his body. Oh, please. Give me the sick bucket right now. I cannot take this. Yeah, what about blue something? Tasha saying they got to get vertigo. You're going to be getting vertigo when you see Dale do the upside down splits. God. What's that, Miss T? Is this your playlist as well? Oh my God. Interdimensional connections. So much relating right now. I'm sure Robbie is having a great time in the corner. Anyway, Dale has also been practicing his 20-minute beginner dance workout. Samba, jive, hustle, cha-cha-cha, salsa, meringue, international rumba. Oh, Dale going for the rumba down under. Oh, Dale. Fucking hell, mate. I know what you're trying to do there. Graham knot. Fucking hell. Getting in a knot. Getting in a fucking twist. Yeah. I know what's right going on here. Miss T. Miss T. Make some notes right now. Betty Hayward. Or should I say Betty Hayward? Betty Boo. Betty Buns. Get some notes down right now because I'm going to expose Dale even more. I know what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. Dale is practicing the rumba down under with Graham Knott. Right? Fucking shake of the hand with a kangaroo's tail and it's right on. Get a fucking Foster's Rattler. And I don't know what's going to go the direction, but I'm sure a few muscles are going to be pulled. Come on, Dale. You got to be careful, man, Dale. All this practicing with the dance move, you're going to strain your groin? Is that what you really want? Wow. Oh, Dale, 150 hashtag best nail art polygel trans. Oh my God, Betty Hayward. Looks like you've got someone to relate to. Yeah, Betty Hayward, the kitty cat girl with your little kitty cat claws. Watch her crazy with those giant claws. Oh my God. Looks like Dale wants to become a kitty cat. Meow, meow. Oh, Dale. Dale getting his fake acrylic nails out and his little nail polish. Oh, I see what's been going on. Whenever Dale's wife was out somewhere, Dale would secretly go in the room and start rummaging around her makeup and then start applying it to himself. He's probably using the red lipstick as well. And then he's probably going out having secret meetings with Kurt Wadsworth behind the Grainshed property. Dale and Kurt. I think Graham Knott was there to record it all. Oh my God. This explains the breakdown in communication with certain people out there. Dale, all this time, pinning the blame on me for his wife becoming an ex, the ex walking away from Dale, when in actual fact, it was Dale in the first place transitioning whilst practicing his flexible, naughty dance moves in front of Graham Knott because they want to do a tango down under. Oh, God, Dale. You need to sort yourself out, man. I think that deliverance was not enough. I think what Dale is also trying to do is practice some dance moves in front of Tyler, because I'm sure Dale wants to impress Tyler, so Tyler gives him his phone number. Oh my God. You got a Bible on speed dial? Miss T is jealous right now because she's got a flimsy, flappy notepad which is breaking at every second, just like the bed is. It's not reinforced, man. It's broken in half. Isn't that right, Matt Lingo? Yeah, Dale trying to compete at the Olympics didn't get anywhere near to winning a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. No, none of that happened. He didn't even make it to the finals. He was locked up in the locker room. And who knows what happened there, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Dale was applying his little pretty painting fingernail tip tutorial playlist in there, and then the boys came on in and realized, oh, Dale, what are you doing? I think you need to realize that. And then they got the towels out. Which ones? I don't know. I don't really want to know. And then they wet the towels to make it worse, and then whack all over the place. Wow, what a sight for sore eyes. That is rough. That's what he said. Anyway, what else has Dale been into? Pregnancy reveal. Angry grandma. Oh my God, is Dale pregnant? Oh my God, Miss T. Phew, what's going on there? Angry grandma is not happy. Oh no, and I'm sure, Graham, some grannies elsewhere. You know, people saying that all the people in the chat are grannies of Warlike Wrath. Granny this, granny that. All the grannies are coming after you, Dale. They're going to be chucking their cookies all over the place right at your face. Oh my God. And you thought that was it, Dale? Now they're going to do the cookie crumble. They're going to crumble all the crumbs all over your body. And then Kathy Waters is going to come on in with a possessed demonic parrot and is going to peck at you very slowly. Do you really want to be pecked at by Kathy Waters' Deep Waters parrot? I don't think so. I mean, last night she was saying, be careful, man. You got to be careful, Warlike Wrath, when it comes to this stuff. Don't worry, I got my big boy pirate pants on. I'm not going to be getting deserted on a desert island anytime soon. And if I do, I'm sure I'll find the treasure regardless, because my heart is pure gold. It's valuable, invaluable. Oh my God, I can't even go there anyway. Betty Hayward, don't worry. It's perfectly fine. I hope you're doing fine. I hope you're okay. As for Robbie, I think Robbie needs a blood transfusion. Fuck me, what's going on here? So, very interesting, right? And that was just one playlist. Let's check the next one out. What do we have here? So he's really into Iggy Azalea. Fancy. Oh, what's that, Betty Hayward? Is there a beat in the background? Or is it just Miss T rolling about because she's fallen over? Don't worry, Miss T. Get back up, dust yourself back off. You know, it doesn't matter how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up and then go to Goodwill's and then buy more whips with the receipts on and then sell them back afterwards because you're a cheap-ass, petty-ass bitch. My God, Miss T. But that aside, come on, Betty Hayward, get your gang rapping hand signals out. Start clapping to the beat. We don't even have to get Miss T to clap because she can make the sounds anyway, naturally. Yeah, you see what I did there? Exactly. Can I do it? Oh, no. There's a little intro. Yeah, Dale, you did that? But, you know, Dale's got his own custom Iggy Azalea fancy song. You know how it goes? More like this. I'm so dirty, you already know. I'm stuck in the drains from Salt Lake to Montello. I need to be freed, but I don't know how. I'll get on my knees for my boy daddy Tyler. Oh, yeah. That was just the opening. There's more. I'm sure there's more, isn't that right? Yeah. I'm sure Betty Hayward can rap the rest of the song out. Isn't that right, Betty Hayward, with your attitude, bobblehead swinging head with your little headband on? Yeah, you keep on going, girl. Oh, Dale has got Rihanna, rehab. Talk about the drug rehabilitation unit. People accusing me of that. We got a rock in a hard place. We got the Stones left, right, and centre. And Dale is in the middle of it in terms of rehab. But this is a different form of rehab for Dale. Dale is going through rehabilitation away, a detox, digital and physical detox away from grain sheds and drains. The problem is with Dale, he's been struggling for some time now. He can't help but think about drains when he wakes up in the morning, when he goes to sleep. Sometimes he's been known to sleepwalk, rummaging around the backyard, trying to look for the nearest drain. There's been a few police reports with time by concerned neighbours wondering, what is that prat doing lurking in the dark? And it was Dale sleepwalking. He had to pull himself away from that. It was controlling his life. That's why the wife walked away as well. That was another reason, apart from the pretty painting nails and the salsa classes and all the other bits and bobs in between. Dale, I'm sure that rehabilitation will take place. But don't worry, Miss T. Yeah, I know, Miss T. You got all the contacts. Yeah, you're going to put on that little attitude voice. You're going to become a little baddie. Come on, Miss T, you baddie. Yeah, come on, make your calls right now. Get Dr. Phil in and get Dale booked in for a show on Dr. Phil. That's going to be great. I'm sure Dr. Phil will be airing his latest episodes very shortly. And Dale is in the first one. Sit on that stool and tell the truth. Looks like Graham will be in the back as well. The whole audience are going to be, I don't know, people in the chat right now, maybe. I'm sure Betty Hayward will be there in the crowd, cheering everything on. Yeah, it's going to be a good show, isn't it? Dr. Phil with Dale and his rehabilitation. Let's move on. Justin Timberlake. Okay, so he wants to bring it back, but Dale never had it to begin with. Okay. Timberland. Carry out the drains, carry out the pipes, yeah. Usher. Oh my God. Yeah, that's exactly what I say when I see Betty Hayward's endless supply of headbands. It's never ending. Oh my God, Betty Hayward with the bands. Oh, great. More there. Iggy Azalea bounce. Dale wants to bounce about. Black Widow. Dale's going a little bit dark there. Freddy's Return. A Nightmare reboot. Oh, Dale with those long claws. What are you doing? You develop some dark fantasies. And Friday the 13th Part X. To Hell and Back. Oh my God. I know exactly what this is. Yeah. Inky Unplugged. You've been trying to tap into Dale's mind recently. You are a bad influence. Yeah. With your horror films, your dark, gory stuff, your reviews of The Exorcism. Just remember, poor Dale, he's not cut out for that. Dale is fragile. You know, he does not want to be watching scary movies. You know, when he goes to bed, he's going to struggle trying to sleep. You know, did you ever think of that, Inky Unplugged? Were you ever worried that Dale would have nightmares? No? Inky. Very bad. What else does he have here? Fifth Harmony, Work It. Oh no, Dale. What are you doing? Horror Stories, Hindi. Or my goodness gracious me. Have you been influenced by the Indian presence on Salty Pancakes channel? Or the advertisement? Or the Namaste? They're very good to YouTube there. There are very good horror films right out there. There's actually one slight horror film that was actually created on YouTube by APS Production. And you know what? A little portion of my music which I created on my channel was actually used in that Indian movie. It was very good. It was very, very good. Anyway, the biggest Looney Tunes. I think the biggest loony round here is Graham. Yeah, Graham, the biggest loony in town. Too busy with the grain shed and the holes. My God. Looney Tunes are inbound. The Last Light. Oh yes, 3 full horror movie. We're being delivered 3 horror movies, left, right, and centre. The Last Light of Tyler's burning candle and his burning entities and flames wearing out with time. My God, the holy passage is coming on through, and so is the train. The train is about to derail because a ghost is on the track, and it's going to cause major damage. My God, that candle, that wick is slowly dimming down and the light is fading away, man. Oh no. But we've got Garfield's Halloween Adventure. When did Garfield the cat go dark? What cat food has he been on? Poor Garfield the cat with the catnip overdose. How's he going to be able to survive that? Oh God. What's this? Wells Mountain? The hell's that? I don't know. And then last but not least, we've got indoor fat burning walking workout, a 30-minute fat burning home workout, and a smaller waist and a flat belly. Oh my God. That's suggesting quite a lot, Dale. But no. I'm not going to be the one to shame you or say anything, no. Because how am I supposed to say anything when I am a fat-ass bitch myself? My God. Miss T, I beg of you to please make sense of this. What is going on here? Is it true Dale is trying to transition? Is it true Dale is trying to get a detox from the drains or something? Oh my God. There is so much going on here and so little time to make sense of it. So it looks like Miss T was overwhelmed with joy, exhaustion, excitedness, heartbeat pulsating through the roof, that she got to the point where she couldn't handle it anymore. With a loud groan and moan, she clawed my face and slapped me silly. Miss T, you gotta learn to control yourself. Watcher of Crazy, this is my final warning. Stop biting at me like a piranha. Yeah, Watcher of Crazy, I've seen your profile picture changing to you becoming the master fish catcher. The thing what I want to know is, how do those fish feel in the presence of Watcher of Crazy? You better keep those fish not too close to you because you don't want them biting at yourself. No, that'd be very uncomfortable. All I hope is, Watcher of Crazy, is once you've disposed of the fish, that fishy scent leaves with them. Oh, what's that? It was there to begin with? Oh, okay. Anyway, moving on. I think we've come to a good circle. We've come to a head. That's what Tasha said. No, we've come to a good point where I think everything makes sense now. Okay, we know about Dale's secrets. They have been exposed. Dale, you've got a lot of explaining to do, isn't that right? And I'm sure the extended family from Alabama will be ready and rearing to hear what you've got to say. Okay? Now, one final thing. This isn't simple advice or amateur talk. This is the doctor's advice. Okay, Miss T? It's not a request, it's a demand. It's for the greater of good. I think it's a very good idea and very healthy for you to do a reaction video to this one, as it was very deep and it's all about spreading awareness, isn't it, right? Spreading awareness about Dale and all other kinds of things in between. Take in mind, you don't have to react to the Dylan Rounds part, you can skip that, but I think it's all for the interest of the kitty cat sanctuary. Yeah, the endangered kitty cat species out there. Miss T, get the kitty cat gang together again. Doctor's orders, react to this video. Yeah, you're laughing now? Well, you're going to be pissing yourself even more later on. Yeah. So hopefully everyone was present to watch this. Now, as for the order of this video, Dylan Rounds to begin with, because of course that is important on a serious level, and that's why it needs to be covered, to spread awareness on that. But also the appropriate order of that is arguably more important, so that's covered first, and then slowly transitioning on to this abstract art, if we call it that, okay? Because, you know, there's a clear split between the two lots of coverage, so people can't complain there. I did say we were branching on. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about the backhoe found by Lance. If you got questions in general or additional information, list it down below in the comments section and so on. Feel free to like the video, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. Maybe you learned something new. Okay, and yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Sleep well. Goodbye and good night.